Hi guys. Hello. I have been gone for about 6 or 7 days, 8 days. I've been super duper busy with my day job, so I've had literally no spare time, and last weekend I went down to another state to see some family for Easter, which was really nice, but it was a really short trip. We were there for about 24 hours, and then we left to get back to work. But I have missed you guys. I've missed you guys. And it's already starting to get late, and I kind of wanted to film this earlier in the day, but I had to run some errands because, again, no free time anymore, just for the time being. But here we are, so I'm super excited to read to you from one of my favorite book series, Frog and Toad. Back here is some Frog and Toad ambiance, but it is way overexposed, so it's a little hard to see, but it's there. This specific edition of Frog and Toad is all year. And in case you're not familiar with Frog and Toad, it is by Arnold Lobel. And Toad series is the ultimate cozy children's book series, and I laugh because this is the photo on the back, which is not so cozy, but it looks like this is simply a thought going through Toad's head, which I think we can all relate to. Being worried. Let's get into it. The pages are quite short, so I think we're going to go through the entire book for tonight's bedtime story. And there are 64 pages. Let's get started. Frog, 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 and toad all year. Look how precious. This is me. I'm Toad. You can be frog, or the dragonfly, or the lily pad, or the fish. Down the hill. Frog knocked at Toad's door. Toad, wake up, he cried. Come out and see how wonderful the winter is. I will not, said Toad. I'm in my warm bed. Winter is beautiful, said Frog. Come out and have fun. Bah, said Toad. I do not have any winter clothes. Frog came into the house. I've brought you some things to wear, he said. Frog pushed a coat down atop the head of Toad. Frog pulled snow pants up over the bottom of Toad. He put a hat and scarf on Toad's head. Help, cried Toad. My best friend is trying to kill me. I'm only getting you ready for winter, said Frog. Me. You. You're putting the hat on my head. And I'll put one on your head. Frog and Toad went outside. They tramped through the snow. We will ride down this big hill on my sled, said Frog. Not me, said Toad. Don't be afraid, said Frog. I will be with you on the sled. It will be fine. Fast ride, Toad. You sit in front. I will sit right behind you. The sled began to move down the hill. Here we go, said Frog. That's quite the incline. There was a bump. Frog fell off the sled. Toad rushed past trees and rocks. Frog, I'm glad that you're here, said Toad. Toad leaped over a snowbank. I could not steer the sled without you, Frog, he said. You're right, winter is fun. A crow flew nearby. Hello, Crow, shouted Toad. Look at Frog and me. We can ride a sled better than anybody in the world. Frog and me. But Toad, said the Crow, you are not you are alone on the sled. Toad looked around. He saw that Frog was not there. I am all alone, screamed Toad. Bang! The sled hit a tree. Thud! The sled hit a rock. Plop, 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 plop. The sled dived into the snow. Frog came running down the hill. He pulled Toad out of the snow. I saw everything, said Frog. You did very well by yourself. I did not, said Toad. But there is one thing that I can do all by myself. What is that? Said Frog. I can go home, said Toad. Winter may be beautiful, but my bed is much better. Can you relate? Look, it looks like a cozy bed. We're on to the next story. Look how cute this is. The corner. Frog and Toad were caught in the rain. They ran into Frog's house. I'm all wet, said Toad. The day is spoiled. You have some tea and cake, said Frog. The rain will stop. If you stand near the stove, your clothes will soon be dry. I will tell you a story while we are waiting, said Frog. Oh, good, said Toad. Oh, good, oh, good, oh, good. When I was small, not much bigger than a pollywog, said Frog, my father said to me, Son, this is a cold gray day, but spring is just around the corner. I wanted spring to come. I went out to find that corner. I walked down a path and into the woods until I came to a corner. I went around the corner to see if spring was on the other side. Do you think spring was on the other side? And was it? Asked Toad. No, said Frog. There was only a pine tree, 3 pebbles, and some grass. I walked in the meadow. Soon I came to another corner. I went around the corner to see if spring was there. Did you find it? Asked Toad. No, said Frog. There was only an old worm asleep on a tree stump. It's a worm. You're a worm, you're a worm, you're a worm. A little worm, a little worm in a tree stump. I'll pick you up, pick you up. I walked along the river until I came to another corner. I went around the corner to look for spring. Was it there? Asked Toad. No, said Frog. There was only some wet mud and a lizard who was chasing his tail. You must have been tired, said Toad. I was tired, said Frog. And it started to rain. I went back home. When I got there, said Frog, I found another corner. Did you go around it? Asked Toad. I went around that corner too, said Frog. Well, what did you see? Asked Toad. I saw the sun coming out, said Frog. I saw birds sitting and singing in a tree. I saw my mother and father working in their garden. I saw flowers in the garden. Look how pretty. All the flowers. Now, the little birdies. cried Toad. Yes, said Frog. I was very happy I had found the corner that spring was just around. Look, Frog, said Toad. You were right. The rain has stopped. Frog and Toad hurried outside. They ran around the corner of Frog's house to make sure that spring had come. Next story. Ice cream, ice cream, ice cream, 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 ice cream, ice cream. One hot summer day, Frog and Toad sat by the pond. I wish we could have some sweet, cold ice cream, said Frog. What a good idea, said Toad. Wait right here, Frog. I will be back soon. Toad went to the store and he bought 2 big ice cream cones. Look how big these are. Look how big. These are huge, huge. They're also gray, or maybe that's chocolate. Maybe it's brown for chocolate, 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 chocolate. Toad licked one of the cones. Frog likes chocolate best, said Toad, and so do I. We were right, it is chocolate. These are so big. Toad walked along the path. A large, soft drop of chocolate ice cream slipped down his arm. That sounds so sticky and I would hate it. This ice cream is melting in the sun, said Toad. Toad walked faster. Many drops of melted ice cream flew through the air. They fell down on Toad's head. I must hurry back to Frog, he cried. That's such a mess. His eyes. More and more of the ice cream was melting. It dripped down on Toad's jacket. It splattered on his pants and on his feet. Where's the path? Cried Toad. I cannot see. You guys are ready for this? Are you ready? I don't think you are. Wow. Quite the conundrum. It went all over his head. All over your head. Ice cream, ice cream, ice cream pouring down all over your head. But it's not sticky. Frog sat by the pond waiting for Toad, and a mouse ran by. I just saw something awful, cried the mouse. It was big and brown. Something covered with sticks and leaves is moving this way, cried a squirrel. Here comes a thing with horns, shouted a rabbit. Run for your life. What can it be? Asked Frog. What can it be? What can it be? What do you think it is? Frog hid behind a rock. He saw the big thing coming. It was big, and it was brown, and it was covered with sticks and leaves, and it had 2 horns. Frog, cried the thing, where are you? Wow. This is classic. Good heavens, said Frog. That thing's Toad. Toad fell into the pond. He sank to the bottom and came up again. Drat, said Toad. All of our sweet, cold ice cream has washed away. Look at his little feet, his little feet. Never mind, said Frog. I know what we can do. Frog and Toad quickly ran back to the store. Then they sat in the shade of a large tree and ate their chocolate ice cream cones together. Me. You. Eating our ice cream, ice cream, ice cream, ice cream, ice cream. The surprise. This is about my favorite month. It was October. The leaves had fallen off the trees. They were lying on the ground. I will go to Toad's house, said Frog. I will rake all of the leaves that have fallen on his lawn, and Toad will be surprised. Frog took a rake out of the garden shed. Toad looked out of his window. These messy leaves have covered everything, said Toad. He took out a rake out of the closet. I will run over to Frog's house. I will rake all of his leaves, and Frog will be very pleased. Frog ran through the woods so that Toad would not see him. Toad ran through the high grass so that Frog would not see him. He's got his rake. If you guys are interested in real life raking ASMR, I did a video outside. It was Lofi ASMR outside. I think in the thumbnail I have raking you with a real rake, and I used a real rake. Raking. POV, you're the leaves that Frog is raking from Toad's yard. Came to Toad's house. He looked in the window. Good, said Frog. Toad is out. He will never know that I raked his leaves. Toad got to Frog's house. He looked in the window. Good, said Toad. Frog's not home. He will never guess who raked his leaves. Frog worked hard. He raked the leaves into a pile, and soon Toad's lawn was clean. Frog picked up his rake and started home. Toad pushed and pulled on the rake. He raked the leaves into a pile. Soon there was not a single leaf in Frog's front yard. Toad took his rake and started home. A wind came. It blew across the land. A pile of leaves that Frog had raked for Toad blew everywhere. The pile of leaves that Toad had raked for Frog blew everywhere. When Frog got home, he said, "Tomorrow I will clean up the leaves that are all over my own lawn." How surprised Toad must be. When Toad got home, he said, "Tomorrow I will get to work and rake all of my own leaves." How surprised will Frog be? That night, Frog and Toad were both happy when they each turned out the light. And went to bed. Turned out the light, 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 and went to bed. Christmas Eve. Toad cooked a big dinner. He decorated the tree. Frog is late, said Toad. Toad looked at his clock. He remembered it was broken. The hands of the clock did not move. The hands of the clock did not move. Toad opened the front door. He looked out into the night. Frog was not there. I'm worried, said Toad. The Christmas tree. Christmas tree. There's Toad with his green sweater. Green sweater. Ornaments. Ornaments on the tree. And a star. What if something terrible has happened, said Toad. What if Frog has fallen into a deep hole and cannot get out? I will never see him again. Wow. Poor little guy. Poor little guy. Poor little guy. Toad opened the door once more, and Frog was not on the path. What if Frog is lost in the woods, said Toad. What if he is cold and wet and hungry? Poor little guy, poor little guy, poor little guy. He's like frozen. He's frozen, he's frozen, he's frozen. Frozen. What if Frog is being chased by a big animal with many sharp teeth? What if he's being eaten up? Cried Toad. My friend and I will never have another Christmas together. POV, you're a frog. Being eaten up, eaten. Those are the teeth, the teeth, the teeth. Toad found some rope in the cellar. I will pull Frog out of the hole with this. Toad found a lantern in the attic. Frog will see this light. I will show him the way out of the woods, said Toad. Toad found a frying pan in the kitchen. I will hit that big animal. Hit, 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 hit that big animal. With this, said Toad, all of his teeth will fall out. All of his teeth will fall out. Frog, do not worry. I am coming to help you. Toad ran out of his house. He has his rope. His frying pan. There was Frog. Hello, Toad, he said. I'm so very sorry to be late. I was wrapping your present. You are not at the bottom of a hole? Asked Toad. No, said Frog. You are not lost in the woods? Asked Toad. No, said Frog. You are not being eaten by a big animal? Asked Toad. No, said Frog. Not at all. Oh, Frog, said Toad. I am so glad to be spending Christmas with you. You. Toad opened his present from Frog. It was a beautiful new clock. These two friends sat by the fire. The hands of the clock moved to show the hours of a merry, 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 merry Christmas Eve. much.